Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, welcome all the devotees for today's discussion on the Bhagavad Gita. So, today we are continuing our discussion on the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, last time we were discussing about the demigod worshippers. Okay, so some devotees can share a few points what we discussed in the last session. Yes, Kishore Madhav.
Yeah, Prabhu, in 721, we discussed that it is Lord Krishna only who steadies our faith into demigod and makes us pray to demigod. But at the end, we have to always remember that both living entities as well as demigod are dependent on Lord Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, anybody else want to share? We discussed before that also something. Yes, Rangapatul.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. We discussed about this 4 types of peoples: Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, and Gyani. So Krishna is saying how Gyani is more dear to him, but from other 3, how they are very rare and how they surrender, because they are very dear because they exclusively surrender to Krishna and they get the chance to associate with the devotees. And subsequently 7.18 or 19 somewhere Krishna is saying they are very rare. After many births they get this chance to associate with devotees, and they try to focus only alone on me. That's why they are very dear like that. That point also discussed.
Yeah, one word was used by Lord Krishna, Udara.
Udara, yeah. Nityukta.
Yeah. Yes. So he told Udara means magnanimous. All these 4 types of devotees, Pradhani Bhut Bhaktas, they are all very magnanimous. Obviously, Gyani is very, very special, but other 3 are also very magnanimous. That was discussed. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Okay, then we go to the slides. Discuss. Yeah, so in this 7th chapter, we have been discussing how Lord Shri Krishna, from the very first verse, he is saying that Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya. So he is saying how one can connect with him, and then Madashraya and take my shelter. And then what happens is he says that you will know me samagram. So samagram we understood completely means 2 things: to know Lord Krishna in the Aishwarya opulences of the Lord, that is Gyan aspect, and then we also understood to know Krishna in the Vigyan aspect, that is the sweetness. These 2 aspects we understood. So we saw how Lord Shri Krishna is saying that in the subsequent verses about his Gyan aspect, about the material energy and the Jivatma soul. And then he describes how he is pervading as Paramatma throughout the universe. Correct. And he gave many examples. And then he described about that those who are mohitam na abhijanati, he said. So those who are under moha, they cannot see my Paramatma feature pervaded in the universe. And then he said, what is deluding them is the three modes. And then how to overcome three modes, he explained in the 14th verse that one can take shelter of me, then one will overcome the three modes. 15th verse, Lord Shri Krishna described the four types of people who are deluded like this and they don't take shelter of Lord. So we discussed why they don't take shelter of the Lord, what is lacking, and what are they called? Yeah, somebody like to say?
Sukruti.
Who are people who don't take shelter of the Lord? In 15th verse, it was described. What the name Lord Shri Krishna gives to those four people?
Duskritina.
Dushkritina, yes. Thank you, Prabhu. So Dushkritina, he says, and then we understood why they are called Dushkritina, because as Srila Prabhupada gives the meaning, wicked intelligence. They have wicked intelligence. But also we understood that they lack Sukriti, which is explained in 16th verse. Here Lord Shri Krishna explains that Jana Sukritino Arjuna. Correct. The Sukriti is lacking. So that we understood. So that Sukriti, as we understood from the commentaries, that it is some previous life they have got some Agyat Sukriti, favorable impressions from some other devotee of some limbs of bhakti, and that has accumulated many lifetimes, and then now it has got matured, and then it has fructified into having faith in the Lord. So here we discussed about the four types of people. Correct. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritina Arjuna, Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, and Gyani. Correct. These four types we understood, and we saw how Gyani is special because he is already a devotee, but he is a devotee of the kind that he meditates more on the aspects of Aishwarya Gyan, how Lord is present in the material world as Paramatma, the universal form of the Lord, all that he meditates more compared to his pastimes of the spiritual world. So that is Gyani. And other three, Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, we saw that they are actually the Pradhani Bhut Bhakta who have Bhakti more and they have the less Gyan aspect. And then they also go for any problems, they go to the Lord. They don't go like once in a year like that to Lord. No. They continuously worship the Lord, they go to the Lord, but whenever they have any problems, they approach the Lord only. Okay, what are the problems? Artho. So as here it's described, the distressed. If they have any distressed, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik, then they will go to the Lord only. They will not go to Devatas. Jigyasu means the person who is inquisitive. Oh, what is material world? What is God? What is soul? Then he will go to the Lord or the scriptures given by Supreme Lord, like Bhagavad Gita and all. And Arthi. Okay, Arthi means that one who wants. Artha means the wealth. So those who desire material objects, sense gratification, they also go to the Supreme Lord if they have Sukriti. If they don't have, these people don't have Sukriti, then what will happen? Beggars, like we discussed the example, they also want wealth, but not everybody goes to the Lord because they don't have Sukriti. And not every distressed person on the road goes to the Supreme Lord because the Sukriti is lacking. Like that. And Gyani is already a devotee that we discussed. Okay. So what we'll do in short, we had seen this chart. Correct. Yes. So we will just summarize the whole thing. So I will ask few questions. Devotees can tell the answers. Okay. So we'll just try to make a chart that how these three types of bhaktas, all three are devotees. Some have less bhakti, some have more bhakti, and some have only bhakti, kevala bhakti. Okay. So those of you who have notes can please refer also. Okay. So in summary, here, so we have the categories. Correct. So what are the categories we have? Say the first one we have is Kunibut. Bhakta. He is also called Bhakta. And second one, what is the second one? Anybody remember?
Pradhanibhut.
Yes, that was Pradhanibhut. And his title is also Bhakta only. Okay. And third was
Kevala Bhakta.
Kevala.
Kevala Bhakta. Okay. Yeah. So let us say Abhideya. Okay, what is the meaning of the word Abhideya? Does anyone know? I think we have been studying Bhakti Shastri, so you must have come across this word.
It's a process to achieve the goal.
Yes.
Sambandha
correct.
Abhidip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a process by which one can achieve the
Goal.
goal. Okay, method. A method of
Yeah.
worship, method of practice. Correct. And let's say we have another thing called Prayojan. What is Prayojan? Somebody else can tell. What is Prayojan? Many times we read, we come to know what is Prayojan.
Actual prayers.
Prayers. Prayers is prarthana. What is Prayojan?
The goal, Prabhuji.
Yes, yeah, goal. So let me write here. This is method they follow, and this is like the goal, what they are aspiring. Okay. So, and what they attain. So let's say, so there are two types of results. Immediate result they receive, and the other one is the ultimate result also they will receive. Okay, so two types of results are there they will receive. Okay, so all of you have to fill this actually. I will ask. Devotees can fill. Yeah, so Gunibhut Bhakta. So what is their method? So for Keval Bhakta, we know. So just to explain, like for Keval Bhakta, what is Abhideya?
Devotional service.
Service.
Keval Bhakti or the Shuddha Bhakti, correct? We discussed Uttama Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti, so many names we discussed, right? Correct? Yeah, so let's say we say as Uttama Bhakti. Yes. So similarly, what is the method or worship Abhideya for the Gunibhut Bhakta? What did we discuss? Which path they follow?
Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes, yeah. So three types were there. If you remember, we discussed one who follow the path of karma, or they follow path of jnana, or they follow the path of Ashtanga. Correct? Yeah. So this is the path they follow, and with that small amount of what should be there?
Bhakti. Bhakti should
Yeah.
be there.
With all of these three, there should be a small amount of bhakti. Okay, that was their Gunibhut Bhakta's practice. Okay. And Pradhanibhut Bhakta, what did we discuss?
They also follow Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga, but Bhakti part is more.
Correct. So,
Majority is Bhakti.
yeah, karma, jnana, and Ashtanga. Plus, they have major amount of bhakti. Small amount of all this is there. Okay. Yes. So, what is the prayojan? What they want to achieve? Those who are following Gunibhut Bhakti.
Hello.
Here we
Hello.
discuss. What do they want to achieve, those who follow this?
Prabhu, those who
They
are
are going to go to Vaikuntha or attain Lord Vishnu?
No.
those who are the karma yogi followers, they want like heaven or swarga.
Yes.
Jnana yogi,
Right.
like Brahma Jyoti.
Yeah, so those are karma followers, they want Swarga. Okay, those are followers of Jnana. What is their destination? Sorry, not destination. What is their goal?
Brahma Jyoti.
Yes, they have impersonal liberation, or they want to attain Brahma Jyoti, or we also say Sayujya Mukti. Okay, like that. Okay, let's say Brahman. Okay, and Ashtanga Yogi. What is their
Mystic
goal?
power. Mystic powers.
Mystic powers.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. But what is their ultimate goal? They don't do it for mystic powers, but what they want ultimately, that may come in due course. Ashtanga Siddhis, Ashtanga Yoga will give some Ashtasiddhi. But what is their goal? They don't see anybody does Ashtanga Yoga for these Ashtasiddhi, Anima, Lagima, Prapti, Ishita, Vashita, all that. Then they will not attain their goals. They will get attached to that. Yeah. So what is the goal they want to achieve?
Higher planets.
No, not higher planets. They also want Brahman only. They also want to merge in Brahman. They also want same thing, but their method of worship is through the worship of meditation on Paramatma. That is the only difference. Jnana, they meditate on Jnana Shastras. Okay. But Ashtanga Yogi, their meditation is on Paramatma. That is the only difference. Okay, here Paramatma meditation is there. Okay. So they will also attain Brahman only. Yeah, and what is their immediate results? What they will get? And what? So one example I will tell here. See, here as we are discussing. So for the Karma Yogi, they want Swarga. So they will attain Swarga. And then from Swarga again they will either degrade or they come back to earth. What is Shinya Punya Marti Loka Vishanti? They'll again come back. Okay. So for Gyanis, those who are going, so for them there are no immediate results, but they will attain Brahman. Finally. Both will attain Brahman. They'll get merged. Okay. And those who are practicing karma, they may again follow the path of karma or like that. Okay. So Pradhani Bhut Bhakta, can you similarly tell for the karma part, those who are following, what they will get? What is their goal? Sorry. What is their goal? So remember, here we have the same three people. Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi. Okay, they are here and they are actually belonging to this category of practitioner of karma. And this jnana, they are who? Those who are told as jnani in that shloka. Jnani are these people. Okay, these are jnani here. And this is not discussed. Ashtanga Yoga. So tell those who are following this Artho Jigyasu Artharthi, what is their goal of practice?
Attainment of their desired goal.
Attainment of their desired goals. Yeah, that is like immediate. Yeah, what ultimately they want. What they want ultimately. Ultimately, their goal is to achieve the Lord only.
Yes.
Okay, they want Vaikuntha only. Okay, but they want with enjoyment. Okay, so with the facilities like Sukha and Aishwarya, that is told Sukha Aishwarya Uttar Mukti. So they want facilities in Vaikuntha. They don't want to have such a deep relationship with the Lord. Okay, but they want with some facilities and they want Salokya kind of Mukti. where they will be able to have the facilities of Vaikuntha, but they don't want to have some deep exchanges with the Lord. Sukha, Aishwarya in Vaikuntha. Okay, just like that. And those who are practitioners of so this K, what is written, that represents what? Karma Mishra Bhakti. Okay, so this is also path of bhakti, but it is having mixed nature. This is the mixed bhakti. Okay, this is mixed bhakti. And this part is pure. That is the only difference. Okay. This is pure. So this is mixed with what? Material motives. They want to remove their suffering. They have some inquisitiveness. They want some material wealth from the Lord, or they want to merge into Brahman. Okay, like that. So they may have those kind of desires. So the Jnani, who is Jnana Mishra Bhakta, what is his goal? His goal is to go to Vaikuntha only. He doesn't want to merge. No Brahman. He doesn't want to merge. He said, like we told here, Jnani. He is not a person who is going to merge in Brahman. He doesn't have that goal. Or even Ashtanga yoga practitioner here, yogi. Okay, he doesn't want to merge again. No merging. So what they want? Does anybody remember? We discussed this.
Shantarasa, like you told that.
Yes. Yeah. If you remember here in this slide, it came. All this is already discussed. Here, not Shantarasa, basically, it's Shantarati. That's Rasa comes at the stage of Prema, but here it is Shantarati. So they have the goal of wanting Shantarati. Okay. That is their goal, Shantarati. Okay, and immediate results, what they will get? Those who are practitioners of this path of Karma Mishra Bhakti, they want Sukheshwarya and Vaikuntha. So what they will get in immediate sense?
Vaikuntha.
No, they will also get Swarga. Okay, they will enjoy the Swarga as long as they want. See here, attainment of respective desires and liberation, like Sukheshwarya Uttar Mukti. So attainment of respective desires means including Swarga. Okay, so they will go to Swarga, they will enjoy for how much ever time they want. They are not like this Swarga. This Swarga is different. They will come back to earth. But this Swarga is the same place, but the person will not come back to earth. Why? Can somebody tell why these people will come back to earth and why these people will not come back? They want Sukha and Aishwarya. They go to Swarga and enjoy also. Why these people who are practicing Pradhanibhut Bhakti will not come back to earth?
Because their desired goal is to worship Krishna, not immediate pure devotional service, but bhakti part is major.
Correct.
So, like in, I think some fourth chapter also it is said, na, like those who practice for long period of time bhakti, and then they will go to Swarga, and they will take again birth in that also extended.
Yeah, that is 6th chapter you are saying. Yeah, that is not exactly the same thing. Long time
Same
does
thing,
not mean bhakti, but who have majority of bhakti in their practice. These people have a small amount of bhakti, so they will not get support of bhakti. Because remember, bhakti gives always eternal results. That is, we will discuss today. How the demigod worshippers will have the results which are temporary, but the worshipper of Supreme Lord, they have results which are permanent. So bhakti will give permanent results. So when they go also to Swarga, they will not have temporary results. Okay, so here the amount was small, so they gave temporary results. Yeah, so these are the practitioners of karma. They will go to Swarga. They wanted Swarga. But these practitioners actually did not want Swarga. What was their goal? They want to go to Vaikuntha. So they will enjoy Swarga. And when they are sufficiently enjoyed, they will go to Vaikuntha. Okay. So these are the destination of whom? Artho Jigyasu Artharthi. Correct. Artho Jigyasu Artharthi belong to this Karma Mishra Bhakti. And what is the destination?
Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha. So they will go to Vaikuntha finally. So they will go to Vaikuntha after their heart is purified. Okay, that is the clause. So they had the desires, Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, whatever they wanted wealth, they wanted to remove their miseries, they had some inquisitiveness. Whatever material things are, their material desires are purified. So from here to here, what will happen? Purification. They'll get purified. When they get purified, they will go to Vaikuntha. Not that suddenly they will go or overnight they will go. No. Okay. Similarly, those are practitioners of Jnana Mishra Bhakti. What is their immediate results they will get? We discussed already all this. Yeah, there are as such no immediate results they will get, but ultimate results they will get is again they will also go to Vaikuntha. They all will go to Vaikuntha. But what they will have in Vaikuntha is something higher than this Vaikuntha. Okay, this experience of Vaikuntha is different than this experience. So this is called Shanta Rati. Okay, they will have Shanta Rati. Okay, not Rasa. They cannot experience Rasa because Rasa will come only by pure Bhakti. Okay, they are not practicing pure Bhakti. They are mixed Bhakti. Okay, and here these people will not have Shanta Rati. They will have only Salokya. Okay, Salokya Mukti they will get. And these people will get Shantarati. Okay, that we have to remember. And all this, as we discussed, if they come in touch with devotees, they can start practicing pure bhakti. Okay. So these all people who are there, Pradhanidu Bhakta, if they come in touch with devotees, they can start practicing Keval Bhakti. They can become Keval Bhakta. And similarly, Guni Bhut Bhakta also, if they come in touch with devotees, they can also start practicing Keval Bhakti. If come in touch with devotees, they can start practicing Keval Bhakti. Okay, and they will have all the desires will go. They will have only aspiration to attain Supreme Lord. They don't want their suffering to be removed. They don't want wealth. They don't want land, all these things. They will start practicing Uttam Bhakti. And they will keep all these desires into which category? They came from, suppose, Gonibhut Bhakta. They had lot of material desire to go to heaven. When they start practicing Keval Bhakti, what they will consider the desire to go to Swarga as?
Anartha, Prabhuji.
Yeah. They will consider all that as anartha. Okay. And then bhakti will remove that. So their anarthas will be desires which now they don't want. So as we discussed, unwanted desires. They will understand these are all unwanted desires, no? And they will start practicing Uttama Bhakti. And then here there are no categories of Karmi, Jnani, and Ashtanga Yogi. So that is not there. So what is their goal? Why anybody practice Uttama Bhakti? What is the goal of Bhakti?
Prema, Prabhuji.
Yes, prema. Yeah. But in one sense, not prema. It's like pleasing the Lord. Prema will come. Pleasing the Lord by service.
Service.
So by doing this, everything else will come. Okay, prema will also come, and whatever Vaikuntha, Goloka, whatever you say, all that will come. But the primary thing that devotee's mindset is having is how can I please the Lord? Correct. That is the most important thing he has as goal. Whether it is in Swarga, Narka, or wherever. I want to do service to the Lord and not have anything else like that. Okay. And then what is the immediate goal the devotee will get while practicing bhakti? So many benefits he will get. Correct. Like Klesha Agni, when we read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, his miseries will go away. Correct. So 6 characteristics of bhakti are there. So those who have studied nectar devotion can understand. There is Klesha Agni, suffering of destruction of all the suffering. His prarabdha, aprarabdha, all that will be destroyed. All that karma will be destroyed. And there is Shubhada, good qualities will manifest. Correct. These are intermediate results, which he can experience in this world, here only, before attaining the Vaikuntha or Goloka. Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksha Laguta Krit. Okay. And then Sandharan, Sudur Labha, he'll understand that liberation is very, very insignificant. And then there is Sudur Labha. Okay. And then there is Sandharananda Visheshatma. Okay. Shri Krishna Akarshini. All that. Means he will have attraction towards the Lord like that. So these are intermediate results. And final results, what he will get? He'll attain Prema. He'll attain Goloka, or you say, or he'll attain Vaikuntha. Whatever. These all things he will attain. Okay. But his goal is not to attain them. His goal is to please the Lord. Okay. But these are like anyhow he attains. Lord wants him to attain. Okay. So anybody has any question on this? This is like summary, whatever we discussed till now. Okay. Yeah, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, my understanding was Uttama Bhakti. I mean, devotees who are practicing Kevala Bhakti, they ultimately achieve Krishna Prema. So after attaining Prema, how do we go to Vaikuntha? Because Prema leads to Goloka. That was my understanding.
Yeah. Prema leads to Vaikuntha or Goloka both. Okay. So in Goloka, one can have Prema for Krishna. Okay. In Vaikuntha, one will have same Prema for Vishnu. They are different forms. So it depends whom we love. If we love Krishna, we'll go to Golok Vrindavan. If we love Vishnu, we'll go to Vaikuntha. That is some very simplistic understanding of this concept. Yeah, there are more details to it. Okay, so for example, like Prema for Krishna, we have many devotees, Subal and Sridhama, Yashoda. They are all staying in Goloka. And who stay in Vaikuntha? There are devotees like Lord Hanuman we have, correct? Lord Ram's devotee. So he is having Prema for Ram. He is in Vaikuntha. There is Prahlad, who is having Prema for Lord Narsimha. He is there in Vaikuntha. So they are forms of Vishnu. So they are there in Vaikuntha. So Prema is a generic word which is applicable to any form of the Vishnu Tattva. Okay, not demigods. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there is one more doubt. Like in the second category, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, in the ultimate result, you mentioned if somebody gets association of pure devotees, so just a second, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned if somebody comes in touch with or in association with devotees, that they can be transferred to the level of Kevala Bhakti. So
Correct.
if somebody has already attained Vaikuntha, is it possible for them that they can be transferred from Vaikuntha to Goloka also? Is there any chance?
Yeah, there are possibilities are there, but generally it doesn't happen. Generally, devotees, whatever they desire, they attain that and they are satisfied with that. Okay, so there are no as such practical cases which will happen. Theoretically, it's possible. One can go from Vaikuntha to Goloka, but practically it may not happen because these are all because we have material considerations of spiritual world. But generally, when one attains Vaikuntha, he is completely satisfied. Okay, like we have example of Murari Gupta. conversing with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya says that, yeah, Lord Shri Krishna is the highest form. Why don't you worship him? He says, okay, I will try. So he tries overnight. He tries to chant Lord Krishna's name, but he's remembering only Ram. So, and then next day comes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I want to die because I am not able to follow your instructions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, your life is perfect. You have dedicated to Lord Shri Ram. That is perfection. So he doesn't say that, no, actually your life is not perfect. You should have worshipped Krishna. You have wasted your life. You worshipped only Ram. No, he doesn't say like that. So those who are worshipper of Lord Ram or Vishnu, they attain their perfection and they are fully satisfied in that. Generally, they wouldn't have desire to go to worship Krishna. They know Krishna exists and they know that where he stays, what kind of worship is required for him. They know everything, but they are satisfied with their own worshipable Lord. Is it okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir. And one last point was,
Hmm.
in Pradhani Bhuta, the ultimate goal, Vaikuntha, means they will only be attaining Mukti, Salokya Mukti and Shant Rati, but they will not be having Prema in the
No.
third category, but they will be in Vaikuntha, but they will be having Prema, right?
No. Yeah,
Then,
obviously that will be there. Prema, they will have anywhere.
Prabhuji, actually, Vaikuntha is written in the third category also and Pradhani Bhut also. So the difference, I mean, both have Vaikuntha, but the difference is.
Difference is, yeah, Salokya means their experience is different, Mataji. Like suppose somebody is studying in IIT. Okay, so there are two people there staying in a same IIT. Suppose one person is going there every day and he has the service of doing some cleaning. And there is a student who studies there, who gave the JE exam. He entered through the entrance exam. He got a seat and then he is studying some subject there. So both are staying in IIT. Okay.
Yes.
So do you think they have same experience?
No.
They have same future?
No, Prabhuji.
No, that is the difference there. Okay. So these people are also in Vaikuntha. They have different relationship with the Lord or no relationship with the Lord. They are in the same planet. Similarly, these people are also in Vaikuntha. They have very little relationship with the Lord, but they have higher experience of pleasure. Their experience is much higher. Those who are karma, compared to those who are karma mishra bhakta, the Gyan mishra bhakta and Ashtanga yoga mishra bhaktas, basically Ashtanga yogis, they have a much higher experience compared to karma mishra bhaktas. They are both in Vaikuntha, but the experience is much different. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
and these people who are Kevala Bhakta, they are having prema. They go anywhere in this universe or anywhere else. Their experience is much higher than these people in Vaikuntha. What to speak of when they are in Goloka and Vaikuntha? Okay. Narayana Parasarve Nakutashana Nabibhyati Swarga Apavarga Narikeshu Apitulya Artha Darshin. Lord Shiva says in the 6th canto that they go anywhere, they will have Artha Darshina. They will see the meaningful thing, that is prema. Okay. Yes. Kishore
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu, I just little confused, so I'm just checking. When we say moksha, now this moksha is actually the final destination of Keval Bhakti, and secondly, is moksha point of no return?
You are asking for Gunibhut Bhakta?
No, I'm asking generic. Where does
Yeah,
moksha
moksha means
starts?
once attains moksha, he will attain Brahman, he will be there.
But is that a point of no return? Yeah.
That depends on their practice, project. If they have practiced considering Lord Vishnu as a person, they are Brahmavadis, means they are practicing as a proper impersonalist. They will go and they will not return. But those who are Mayavadis, those who think that Lord's form is made up of Maya, they made up of 3 modes. Okay, and Brahman is only highest. If they think like that, they are practicing Mayavad, they will not go to Vaikuntha. Lord, that Srila Prabhupada says that they are practicing, they are imagining to have got liberated. Vimukta Manina, that verse Srila Prabhupada quotes. So they will not go to Vaikuntha. Okay, sorry, they will not merge in Brahman. Yeah, but those who are properly practicing as per Vedic path, they are considering Lord as a person, but they want to achieve Brahman. They are called Brahmavadis. They will attain Brahman and they will not return. Okay.
Okay.
So for that you can read the commentary of Vishnu Thakur on this verse. Aryu Krishna Pradam Padam Tata Patanti Ada Anadrit Vishmadangraya. There it says 2 kinds of people are there. One is impersonalist, one is Mayavadi. So Mayavadi will not go. and impersonation will go and he will not return. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else has any question on this? Okay, this is something which is required for the understanding in future discussion.
I just one request, Prabhupada, whatever this chart what you have made, you have scribbled something, but will it be possible for you to write in detail and send?
No. For that, you have to sit with your notes. When I am writing, then you have to write. Or you can do something like you can ask some student who has written it and whose handwriting you can also understand.
Okay.
Okay. Because everybody, in my understanding, understands more or less their own handwriting only. Okay.
Right.
So, because I cannot type and give so much time for that, you can make notes. As such, chart is there, na, here. Chart we already provided this chart.
Right.
You can refer this.
Yes.
A little bit extra information is there that you know. Okay. Hare Krishna. So yeah, as I was saying, this is required for 8th chapter, 9th chapter. So as here you can see, it was told this 7th and 8th chapter are for the Pradhanibhut Bhakta, not our formats. They are also discussed. Keval Bhakti is also discussed. And 13 to 18 chapters will be Gunibhut Bhakti. So don't think that, oh, this is some chart which is required for 7.16 shloka. No, this will be required for throughout your Bhagavad Gita. And already it was discussed for the first 6 chapters. 2nd to 6th Gunibhut Bhakta was there. Karma Yogi, Nishkam Karma Yogi, all that was discussed. Okay. So this chart is like whole of the Bhagavad Gita, it will be applicable. Okay. So we'll keep coming back to this chart whenever required. Okay, 17th shloka, then we started that who is this Gyani? Of this, Tesham Gyani Nitya Yukta, means he is constantly engaged. Ek Bhakti Vishishyate. And why is it special? Because he is situated in Ek Bhakti. Okay, Ek Bhakti, Prabhupada is translated only in Bhakti. Okay, Priyo he is very, very dear. He means very certainly. Priyo, he is dear. To whom? Lord is saying, Lord he is dear to. And Atya Artham, he is highly dear, he is saying. Aham sa cha mama priya. I am dear to him and he is dear to me. Yeah. And then 18th verse we discussed. These all people are udara. Udara sarva evaite. Gyani tu atmaeva me matam. In my opinion, Lord is saying, Gyani tu atmaeva. He is like myself. Okay. And all are udara. They are all magnanimous. Why? Why they are magnanimous? Can somebody tell me? We discussed. Why are they magnanimous? Why did the Lord say they are all magnanimous?
They are all dear to Lord.
They offered result to the Lord.
They offer result to?
To the Lord.
Yes, they are worshipping the Lord and they offer the result also back to the Lord. Yeah, that is meaning with Valde Vidyabhushan here. That is another meaning of Udhara is they are very magnanimous in giving back to the Lord. But the main meaning Prabhupada is saying they are all Udhara because they come to the Lord. They don't go to demigod. Okay. So Asthita Sahi Yuktatma. Yukta, with whom he is Yukta, on whom his mind is situated, the Lord only. All this Artho Jigyasu Artharthi. And Mam Eva Anuttamam Gati. And they certainly attain the highest destination. What is that highest destination? Just now we discussed in this chart, we discussed. What are the destination of this Pradhanibhut Bhakta? Vaikuntha. They will all attain Vaikuntha. Okay, but with different experiences. So the Artho Jigyasu Artharthi all will attain Vaikuntha. Gyani, if they all come in touch with devotees, they can attain Prema. But if not, they will attain at least Vaikuntha. Like that. Yeah. Then 19th verse we were discussing. Bahunam Janmanamante. After many, many births. Who is the person being described here? This Gyani. Gyanvan, he is possessing knowledge. What kind of knowledge? He is having bhakti, knowledge of bhakti only. But which kind of knowledge? Aishwarya, Yukta. Okay. That kind of knowledge he has. What does that mean? That means he has knowledge about the Paramatma and the universal form, those things which operate in the material world, not of the spiritual world. That kind of Gyana he doesn't have. So this Gyani, he will come to me, Mam Prapadyate. Means what? He will become now devotee, Bhakta. And he will start having also spiritual world knowledge. Okay, knowledge of spiritual world also he will gain. Now he had only material world knowledge with respect to Paramatma and Vishwarup. Okay, universal form. But now he'll have spiritual world knowledge. Oh, how Lord Krishna is the son of Mother Yashoda, how he's playing with his friends, all that knowledge he will acquire. Okay, that will happen after how much time? What is written here? How much time it will take?
Many
Bahunam
words.
Jalmana.
Huh?
Bahunam Jalmana.
Bhavanam Janmana, correct. After many births. Okay, very good. So will it happen automatically? How will it happen?
When one surrender.
When he will surrender?
It's
After he
a
becomes
process by
right.
which it will happen.
Kishore Madhaprabhu, what do you saying?
It's a process of multiple life journey, continuous improvement.
Yeah, correct. But automatically it will happen or something should happen in between. We discussed this.
After he comes in association with the pure devotee.
Yeah, correct. He gets the association of some devotee. Correct. See, here we have discussed. Somewhere it comes. Yeah. Yeah, when one further advanced, he can understand there are activities in the spiritual life. Okay, somewhere it was told, na? Yeah, see here. Such a saintly person surrenders to me through chance association
Chances.
with devotees. Correct. He gets the association of some devotee. Then, Bahunam Janmanante does not mean automatically one will have bhakti. No, he will come in association of some devotee. He will get some prasadam. He'll get some holy name. He'll get
Sukriti.
some book. Some sukriti he will get.
Sukriti.
And then he will get favorable. Agya Sukriti will build up and then it will complete 100% Agya Sukriti. Then he will get faith in bhakti. Then he will take up to bhakti. Okay. So that we discussed. Yeah. And then we started with the topic of demigod worshippers, that how Lord Shri Krishna is condemning now two types of people. So one is impersonalist, second one is the demigod worshipper. Okay, so first demigod worshipper he describes Kamastaistai tagyana prapadyante anne devata tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya. So here we discussed that Prabhupada said those whose intelligence has been stolen means Ritagyana. By what? By material desires. They do what? Surrender unto demigods. They don't surrender to Vasudev. Okay, and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Tam niyamam asthaya. They have astha, they have faith in what? Niyam of that particular demigod. And from where did they get that faith? Prakritya niyata swaya. According to their own natures. So mark this word, according to their own nature. Okay. So this is called swabhava. We will discuss now. Lord Shri Krishna described this in the chapter 17.1 to 5. Okay, we are going to see those verses now. Their own nature means what? So their own sabhava. So by their own sabhava, they choose a particular demigod, either goodness, passion, or ignorance. They will choose certain demigod and they will worship him. And here we discussed that does everyone having material desire go to demigod? Yeah, somebody can mute. Somebody. Please mute yourself if you are. Okay, so somebody can tell material desire. Who has a material desire, will everybody go to demigod? Or how is it? Does everyone having material desire go to demigod?
No, Prabhuji. Who have Bhakti Sukriti, they go to Vishnu. Or I mean, any
And
form
who
of
go to demigod?
who do not have Bhakti Sukriti, Prabhuji, are basically who do not have faith in Vishnu. They have more faith in demigods.
Correct. Yeah.
So
So
plus
that we
people,
discussed, yeah.
plus also those who really don't know the science. I mean, they just follow some horde mentality and worship demigod. They really don't know what is the real situation.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So they don't have faith in Vishnu or Sukriti. So that we discussed, they don't have any Sukriti, so they go to demigods. If they had Sukriti, over many lifetimes they got Agya Sukriti, they will get faith in Vishnu. And they will go to Vishnu if they have any problem. Okay, that is simple meaning we discussed. So now we are going to discuss continuation of that, of the demigod worshippers. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktah shraddhaya architum ichchati tasya tasyachalam shraddham tam eva vidadami aham. Yes. So here Lord is saying, I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. See how much the Lord is merciful. Okay. So Lord makes the faith of the demigod worshipper steady. Correct. He is not saying that, oh, you are not coming to me, so I will not give you faith. No. He doesn't say like that. He is making their faith steady in that person, that demigod. Okay. So he is saying yo yo yam yam means whoever, in whichever tanum bhakta, form of a demigod. Okay. So this has another meaning. Tanum also means the limbs of the person. So limbs of Vishnu, actually. So as you know, the Devatas are also understood as limbs of Lord Vishnu. Okay. So Surya, Chandra, they are considered as eyes of Lord Vishnu. Correct. So there are many other demigods who are compared with the limbs of the Vishnu that you can see in the Bhagavatam. So Tanum Bhakta, Shraddhaya, how they worship? They have some Shraddha, they have some faith. Okay, this faith we are going to see from where this comes. Okay, this faith they have in the demigod. So from where this faith is coming? If you remember the previous shloka told, from their own nature, Swabhava. Correct. It was not based on Shastra. They had some desire to worship that demigod because of being in some mode. Okay. And then because of that desire, they started worshipping. Correct. Prakritya niyatah soya. Okay. And then they worship. And what does Lord do? Tasya tasya achalam. Achalam is immovable. Immovable Shraddha Lord gives. Tam eva vidadami aham. Lord is saying, I give him. Okay. Yes, somebody can read. Okay. Isha Mataji, are you available? You can read.
Yes, Prabhuji. You should not produce faith in worshipping the Supreme Lord in order to give benefit of the worshipper.
Mataji,
As
can you read
those
again?
devtas cannot even produce faith in the...
Are you able to hear? Your voice is breaking a
Okay.
little bit. Can you read again?
Yes, Prabhuji. You should not say that the devta, pleased with being worshipped, will produce faith in worshipping the Supreme Lord in order to give benefit of the worshipper.
Yeah, please.
As
Continue.
those devatas cannot even produce faith in their followers to worship the devatas, how then they produce faith in their followers to worship? When those people desire to worship forms, tanum, such as Surya, which are actually my forms, since they are my vibhutis, I, as Paramatma, give the faith in those forms of devatas. Devatas do not give the faith.
Yeah, so here it is very clearly said that Lord only is giving the faith. Okay, see here what is said, this important point. As those devatas cannot even produce faith in their own followers. So who gives the faith to worship Surya? Not Surya himself, Lord only gives. Okay, like that. Who gives the faith to worship somebody, Kali or Durga? Not Kali or Durga, but Lord only gives because they are, what is said here, which are actually my forms. Lord is saying, the demigods are my forms, since they are my vibhutis. They are my energies only. I have invested my energy into them. Okay, so example is given, just like there is sun, and there is another jewel called Surya Kanta. Surya Kanta jewel. So this sun emits light. And this jewel, Surikanta, it takes the light from the sun and then it reflects. So this Surikanta is compared to like the demigod. And this sun is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he gives the light to everyone and then they reflect. Like the Surikanta jewel. They are my vibhutis, Lord is saying. So because they are my vibhutis, Lord gives them faith. Okay, you don't want to worship me directly. You want to worship me indirectly through the demigod. Okay, no problem. Like that. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please continue. Srila Prabhupada's purport.
Yes. God has given independence to everyone. Therefore, if a person desires to have material enjoyment and wants very sincerely to have such facilities from the material demigod, the Supreme Lord, as super soul in everyone's heart, understands and gives facilities to such persons. Some may ask why all powerful God gives facilities to the living entities for enjoying this material world and so lets them fall into the trap of illusionary energy.
Yeah, so this is what Prabhupada is asking. That's okay. Somebody will tell, okay, why Lord is giving? See, because here it said, God has given independence to everyone. What is that called?
Free will.
Yeah, free will it's called. And everyone he has given. So if a person desires to have material enjoyment, okay, so somebody else can tell what is this material enjoyment Lord is indicating? Prabhupada is indicating, sorry. What is this material desire, material enjoyment? What is Prabhupada indicating here?
Worshipping demigod.
Worshipping demigod is there, but that is not a material enjoyment. Worshipping is not an enjoyment.
Sense gratification.
Gratification.
Yeah, Deepali Mataji?
Sense gratification.
Yeah, sense gratification. Yeah, what is specifically
Love.
told here? Just we read in this chapter.
Like doing as per our will and not as per Shastras.
That is correct. That is correct. But what is the material enjoyment told here? We just read now, 2-3 verses ago. What material enjoyment they want?
Is it
Swarga.
Artha? Like Artharthi goes for the
Yeah,
Artha
correct.
and Artha goes
That is
for
a
the
category. Yeah, Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, all that, na? So they want all these kinds of enjoyment. Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu. Okay, these are all categories of those who are wanting something. They have material motive. So they can go to Vishnu or they can go to some demigod. So if they have Sukriti, they will go to Vishnu. If they don't have Sukriti, then they don't have Sukriti, they will go to demigod. That is the only difference. But they are having both material misery or some desire, something to fulfill. Okay. So if somebody wants sincerely all these things, then what does the Lord do? The Supreme Lord as super soul in everyone's heart understands and gives facilities to such person. So he will understand this desire, and if he understands that okay, such person has a desire, then what does he do? He will want him to facilitate that okay, how to fulfill this. So if that person wants to go to demigod, then he will give faith in demigod. And if he wants to come to Supreme Lord, then he will give faith in Supreme Lord. Okay, like that. Yes, Mataji, continue.
The answer is that if a Supreme Lord will not give such facilities, then there is no meaning to independence. Therefore, he gives full independence, whatever one likes. But his ultimate instruction we find in Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and fully surrender onto him. Both the living entity and the demigods are subordinate to the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the living entity cannot worship the demigod by his own desire, nor can the demigod bestow any benediction without the supreme will.
Okay, so here Prabhupada is giving the answer to that question. Why does not Lord stop him from going to demigod? It will be good, no? If Lord stops him, tells, no, don't go to demigod, just worship me. Correct. He does not do. He gives independence because there is no love without giving independence. Correct? Nobody can do like, okay, he will tell, place a gun. We have heard this example many times. Somebody can place a gun on the head and say, you tell, I love you. Correct? So somebody can tell, but that is not actually love. So Lord is not a person who wants to, remove all the other options. Okay, and then says only I am available. Now you love whomever you want. No, he has given so many other options, whether it is demigod or he doesn't want to worship demigod also, no problem. So here he is saying that if you want to go to some demigod, no problem, you can go. But when you want to come to me, you can come. So that is what he wants the divinity to come to him, choosing himself. So he gives multiple options. Okay, so when he wants to come, he will have the real love for the Lord. So he doesn't want false surrender. Therefore, he gives everybody full independence. Okay. And here, very important point Prabhupada is making. See this, very important. Both the living entity and the demigods are subordinate to whom? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the living entity cannot worship the demigod by his own desire. Nor can the demigod bestow any benediction without the supreme will. Correct. So this will come in the next verse, that who gives the results, who bestows the results, that also Supreme Lord only gives. But the discussion will come in the next verse. Okay. And here one more thing is that living entity cannot worship the demigod by his own desire. Means what? The faith in demigod, who gives the faith in demigod?
Lord himself, Krishna.
That's what is the matter of this verse. Correct. Achalam Shraddha, he said. Correct. So Supreme Personality of Godhead only gives. Okay, but it's Prabhupada is saying in this sense that this desire means faith. Okay, to have achalam shraddha, immovable faith, basically. Immovable faith, Lord only gives. But the first desire, living entity only does. That I want some material benefits from the demigod. Lord strengthens that desire and makes it a faith. Okay. Yeah, continue, Mataji.
For example, a deceased person is recommended to worship the wanting education may worship the goddess of learning, Saraswati, and a person wanting a beautiful wife may worship the goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. In this way, there are recommendations in the Shastras, Vedic scriptures for different modes of worship.
Yes. So there are recommendations. So see this word. Recommendation in the Shastra. So how we should understand this word? It's not like Lord is saying that yes, you should go and worship. See, one example is given, like the government employs the wine shops in the city. Correct. Prabhupada gives this example many times. So there are many wine shops which are authorized by government. Why? Because people should not drink, homemade some kind of wine and get diseased. So government authorizes wine shops. So does this mean that government is endorsing or government is, inspiring the people or encouraging the people to go and drink wine? No, it is not like that. So here recommendation means there are authorized demigods, like here it said, okay, Saraswati, Uma, okay, so there are so many Surya, Chandra, Shiva, all the demigods are there who are authorized in the scriptures. So a person having material desires and having no faith in Vishnu can go to them. Okay, somebody has material desire and he doesn't have faith in Vishnu. Then what he should do? He can have an option alternate than Vishnu. Okay. So Lord is not a sadistic person, or what you say. He doesn't give any condition. Okay, you don't have any other option. You have to come to me only. No, not like that. So these are the recommendations. Meaning is this, that they are like authorized wine shops in the city, that does not mean the city or the government is encouraging it. In that sense, we have to understand. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
The demigod cannot infuse the living entity with such an affinity, but because he is the supreme lord or the super soul who is present in the hearts of all living entities, Krishna gives impetus to man to worship certain demigods.
Yeah, so this is again same thing. So Shraddha Architam Ichchati Tasya Tasya Achalam Shraddha. I give them the faith in that demigod so that he can worship him. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
The demigods are actually different parts of universal body of Supreme Lord. Therefore, they have no independence.
Yeah, so which part of the shloka Prabhupada is explaining in this line? Can somebody identify? Okay, yes, Mukund Padguru, would you like to say? This line Prabhupada is saying which part of the shloka?
Tanu. Yes, please, Tanu.
Yes, I am asking somebody, he only can answer. Somebody else is answering.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you for the answer. Anyhow. Yeah, so here he is saying about this word Tanu. Correct. That the demigods are like the limbs of the universal body. Whose body? This is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but in his Virat Roop form. Okay. And that point Prabhupada is taking further. They have no independence. In what? Giving the results of the worshipper desire. The worshipper is desiring something, to going to Uma, Durga, Shiva. Who will give them the results? Not the demigod. Krishna only will give. Like example is given again, there is a prime minister and there is chief minister. So the person may go to chief minister and ask for something. But who is giving this chief minister? The prime minister only is supplying to chief minister, and the chief minister is going to give to the person who is asking it. Okay, this person could have gone directly to the prime minister also, and he could have got it from him directly. Okay, but he goes to chief minister. Chief minister himself doesn't have any power to give him like that. Okay, any question on this shloka till now what we discussed? Okay, then we'll go to the next shloka. 22. So here Lord Krishna is continuing this topic. Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktah Tasyaradhanam Ihate Labhante cha tatah kaman Mayi eva vihitan hitan. Is Mukund Patru, would you like to read translation?
Sure, sure. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtain his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone.
Yeah. So as we are discussing the results of worship is given by Lord. Okay. And not the demigod. The demigod does not give. Okay. So what is saying? Sataya Shraddhaya Yukta. Having got such faith. Yukta means to have attained such faith. Okay. So from where did he get this faith?
Lord Shivji again, Krishna.
Yeah, so that last verse we discussed, no? Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddha architum arhasi. Then what he says? Shraddha architum ichchati. Tasya tasya achalam shraddha. Then what he says? That tam eva vidadami aham. I only give. So this Lord gives the shraddha. And then what they do with that shraddha? Tasya aradhanam. They worship that demigod. Okay. Ihate. He aspires for some material results. Okay, labhate cha tatha kaman. Whatever material objects he desired, he labhate means he attains. Correct? What does Prabhupada translate? Obtains. Yeah, he attains or he obtains. Mai eva vihitan hitan. Vihita means to give or prescribe like that. So he has been arranged such objects by the Lord only. Lord only gives. Lord gives two things. What are the two things Lord gave here?
faith in
Shraddha
the
and
demigod
benedictions.
Yes, faith and
and the ultimate result that they get after worshipping the
yes. Yeah. Ultimate, immediate, all results Lord only is going to give. Okay. Lord gives faith and Lord gives the results. Yes, Prabhuji, please read Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary. Mukund Patru.
Sorry. That person endowed with the faith performs ihate worship of that devata. He obtains the result of that worship kama from the worship of that particular devata. But those devatas cannot fulfill those desires. It is I who fulfill those desires.
Yeah, very simple. Lord is saying, I fulfill the desires. Yes, please read Baldevidya Krishna's comment.
With that faith, he performs ihate worship of the devata. He attains results mentioned previously, destruction of suffering, etc., which are actually produced only by me because of worshipping a devata which arises from my body.
So here, destruction of suffering and all, what is referring to again?
The previous one.
material desires, Prabhuji, material sense enjoyment. Not sense enjoyment, material enjoyment.
Yeah, all those three people. Artho, Jigyasu,
Jigyasu Artharthi.
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 Those three people only is again talking. So these people are going to demigods now. They are not going to Vishnu because they don't have any Sukriti. So these people will get results. What is that? Vidadan? Vitanita. So Lord only gives. So which are actually produced by me, like that. Because of worshipping Devata, which arises from my body. What is arising from his body?
The results, Prabhuji?
No. Nagni Mataji, would you like to say? What is arising from Lord's body here? What is he saying?
That is, the demigods are arising from the Lord's body.
Yes, yes. So which word was used earlier by Lord Shri Krishna for this?
Tanum.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So same thing here is saying. Tanum Bhakta. So these are limbs of the Lord. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, continue. Prabhupada's comment.
The demigod cannot award benedictions to other their devotees without the permission of the Supreme Lord. The living entity may forget that everything is the property of the Supreme Lord, but the demigods do not forget. So the worship of the demigods and achievement of desired results are due not to the demigods but to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by arrangement. The less intelligent living entity does not know this, and therefore he foolishly goes to the demigods for some benefit. But the pure devotee, when he need of something, prays only to the Supreme Lord.
So who is this category? Pure devotee, whom he is telling this? This is Kevala Bhakta. And till now, who I described? So till now, who is described here?
Artho, Atharthi, and Jigyasu.
Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi. Okay, any other answer?
Gunibhut Bhaktas are described.
Gunibhut Bhaktas are described. No, Gunibhut Bhakta, as we discussed, they are also worshipping Vishnu. Okay, Pradhanibhut, Gunibhut, all are Bhakti only. They are worshipping Vishnu only. These are none of the three. Neither Gunibhut, neither Pradhanibhut, they are nor Kevala Bhakta. None of the three. They are outside these three categories. They are not worshipping Vishnu. They three are worshippers of Vishnu. Okay, they worship, Gunibhut worship less. They have little amount of bhakti. Pradhanibhut worship more. And Kevala worship only Vishnu. Okay, none of them are worshipping any demigods as such. But demigod worshippers are outside these three. Okay.
Yeah. Dushkritinas.
Sorry? No, Dushkritinas are like materialistic people. No? They are not going to demigod also. See, first category Lord Krishna described those who are Dushkritina, who are like materialistic people, Naradama and all, Asuras, demons, like that. Yeah, obviously they worship Shukracharya, but that is not the context here. Then second category describes Sukritina, who go to Vishnu. Now third category is describing who don't go to Vishnu also, but they have some faith. Those Duskritana don't have any faith in anything. Okay, like that. So these people have some faith, demigod worshippers. So the demigod worshippers have which kind of faith? According to their swabhava, their own nature. Okay, their own three modes they have. But though these people who are coming to Vishnu, they have faith based on Shastra. Okay, this is called Shastra Shraddha. And this is called Swabhava Jam Shraddha. Okay, demigod worshippers. So this I am going to show from the 17th chapter, as I told you. So, but remember that Shastriya Shraddha these people have. Shastriya Shraddha. And then they worship Vishnu. But Swabhavajam Shraddha, these people, they will worship demigod. They based on their own Swabhava. They have not gone to the scriptures and asked. See, two types of people are there. One person goes to the scriptures and asks, whom should I worship? Lord, so they will say, scriptures will say, Vishnu only you should worship. Vishnu Reva na samshaya. Worship Vishnu only, you will get liberation, like that they will tell, or all the results. But somebody goes to scriptures and asks, how do I worship Lord Ganesha? Then what the scriptures will tell? Somebody can guess. So scriptures will tell, okay, you don't want to worship Vishnu, you want to worship Ganesha, you have already decided. So I will tell you the path how to worship him according to Vedas. Okay, just like somebody goes to government, so government doesn't want to encourage drinking wine. But somebody already is addicted to wine, he has decided I have to drink wine, then government will make arrangement that he can drink somewhere, authorized way, and he does not get diseases which are caused by making wine at home, like that. So similarly, these people are demigod worshippers. They have already decided which demigod I want to worship and what I want. I want some wealth, I want some land, or I want to go to Swarga. Already decided whom I will worship. And then they will go to scripture and ask, how do I worship Ganesha? So the scriptures will tell, okay, we worship like this. How do I worship Durga? So for that, will be Devi Puran. So in the Devi Puran, whole thing will be described about how to worship Durga. There will no talk about Vishnu, and there will talk about Vishnu, they will tell, oh, Vishnu is lower than Devi. Why? Because this person has already decided I want to worship Devi, not Vishnu. So if that scripture start telling that Vishnu is higher, then this person will get confused. So that's why scriptures are written by Krishna in such a way that they don't break the faith of that person. Many times people, even our devotees, have problem. Oh, Prabhuji, why does Devi Puran describe Devi as the highest personality? From him, Shiva, Brahma, Mahesh, everybody is coming. Why does it describe like that? Why is such false theories given in our Vedas? No, it is required for a person who has that kind of faith. It is not for devotees. For devotees, there is Vishnu Puran, where Vishnu is glorified as the Supreme. He should read that. But the Vishnu Puran will not be read by demigod worshipper because he doesn't have faith in that. Okay, so they will read Devi Puran because they have faith in Devi, and they should have the understanding that, oh, all others are coming from her, she is the highest. Otherwise, he will lose faith in that person. Okay, like that. Okay, so we'll continue. Yes, Mukund Prabhu.
A living entity goes to the demigods usually because he is mad to fulfill his lust. This happens when something undue is desired by the living entity and the Lord himself does not fulfill the desire. Devotional service to the Supreme Lord and the worship of a demigod cannot be on the same platform because worship of a demigod is a material and the devotional service to the Supreme Lord is completely spiritual.
Correct. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So one very important thing Prabhupada is saying here, we'll discuss here. A living entity goes to the demigods usually because he is mad for his lust. Right, same thing, Artho Jigyasu Artharthi. Okay, so they want to fulfill something, but they'll go to demigod. Okay, so this happens when something undue is desired. So I want devotees to answer this question. What is Prabhupada's meaning here? This something undue is desired by the living entity. What is this? Something undue means what? Okay, somebody can tell what is this something undue Srila Prabhupada is telling.
Prabhu means someone is desiring something and he wants that at any cost. Means even if he has desired, that is not fulfilled, but he wants that at any cost. So
yeah, it may be not undue, means it may be good also, na?
Anything
At
other
any
than
cost,
pure
like
devotion,
yes, Arun.
anything other than pure devotional service is something undue.
Okay, yeah, that is also
Any-
partially
any-
correct, bro. Yeah. Okay,
Any
Prerna Mataji.
Trita-
Prabhuji, it is like
Just 1 minute. Prerna Mataji raised hand. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, that's something which is not redirecting one to the pure devotional service and his ultimate goal.
Yes, yes, same thing Arun Prabhu told. Yes, something which is not for in the path of pure devotional service, it will not, it will be opposing. Okay, pratikul basically. It's not anukul to bhakti. Correct, na? That's what you are saying. Yeah, Ganga Putra Prabhu. Yeah.
Prabhuji, like almost same only what Mataji just told. Like unfavorable things to devotional service. When person desires, then Krishna generally doesn't fulfill immediately.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I am having two understanding here. First, as other devotees have said, which is not very favorable for pure
Bhakti.
devotional service. And second could be undue means anything which is not as per the Vedic scriptures. Like if somebody desires that the other person should be killed, like what Hiranyakashipu desired when he performed penances to Lord Brahma. So whatever he desired was not correct because he actually wanted himself to be God. And so
Yeah.
that is what I
So, but
understand.
Brahmaji gave him or not that desires? Fulfilled or not?
Brahmaji himself told that I am not free from even I am subjected to death. Then how can I give you
Yeah,
that
but he gave or not whatever was in his capacity.
whatever? Yeah,
Whatever
he
was
gave.
in his capacity,
Yes,
he gave. He did not
yes,
reject
he
him.
gave. Yes,
If
he
it was
gave.
undue only.
Hmm.
It was undue only. He also knew, but he had to give or not.
He gave, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. You want to add something?
But I mean, Hiranyakashipu, ultimately, we all know that he was a devotee of Lord and it is the Lord's pastime. So
No,
Brahmaji also knew.
that we are not discussing. Whenever we discuss about Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, their pastime in the material world, we don't take that analysis that they are Jay and Vijay. Okay, because that is a different part of the story. Obviously, that is the same story. It's a different part. We cannot superimpose Jay and Vijay in Hiranyakashipu because they desired that, okay, let us go to the material world and have certain desires so that you can enjoy fighting with us. So from that time onwards, they changed. Okay, so we cannot take that background. Okay, let's hear from others. Kishore Madhapro.
Prabhuji, one thing he may go to demigod for his desire, but other could be he may forcefully go to demigod because of getting affected by any of the Tritapa.
Correct. Na. So what is undue there? Good only, na, he's going. Undue means something unwanted. He should not take. Okay. Prasanna Gopal Pro.
Roji, undue here, he can be like undeserving by that. Even he may desire, but he doesn't deserve that as per his current Sukruti.
Yeah, see what is statement. The living entity goes to the demigods usually because he is mad to fulfill his lust, whatever material desires he has. And surely he doesn't have the Sukriti, he is going to demigod. This happens when something undue is desired by the living entity and the Lord himself does not fulfill the desire. See the statement fully. Lord is not going to fulfill the desire. And he is going to demigod because demigod can fulfill. See the whole statement. So it's not about having the, what do you call, credit karma to receive it or not. It's not about the karma. It's about the person whom is going. Okay. Yes, Prasanna Gopal Bro, last we'll take comment.
No, the same thing, like I told, like he undeserving, although he don't have ability to desire something, but he is desiring for that. That is not
No, no,
being
that is
fulfilled
not the
by.
case here, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay,
That is
okay.
not the case here. It's about the
Prabhuji,
person who, yeah, Gnanajyoti Mataji.
Is it that for demigods, once the rituals are done in a certain way, they are forced to give the whatever is desired in and which is there in their capacity, but the Lord will never give it, knowing that it is not beneficial for the person. So
Yeah,
Lord
yeah,
can
yeah.
distinguish, but demigods cannot distinguish. They're forced to give it.
Yes, yes, that is also, yeah, that is also part of the answer. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So yeah, actually 2 points were made. One is that many times we have heard this example from Prabhupada, like two children were there. So one child had fever, typhoid, I think, yeah, typhoid. And then doctor had told the mother that he should not eat anything oily. And sometime mother had gone out, and this small younger one who was having typhoid, he told his elder sister that I'm very hungry. Can you give me some paratas? So the other one, the elder sister thought, oh, actually my younger brother is so hungry. He's wanting so much this paratha, and she cooked the paratas nicely, nice refined oil, and then she fed the child, and child was also eating very nicely. When the mother came back, what she did? She started beating this elder sister. Why? Because she had surely fulfilled the desire that child had. But the child does not understand here what he should eat, what he should not eat. So it was against the curing of the disease, and his situation will become worsen. Correct. So the mother here is like the Supreme Lord, who knows that actually the child should not be given what is told by the doctor. But the demigod here is like the elder sister. She does not understand what is not beneficial for the child, and she gives whatever he wants. So demigods are like that. So they will not give anyhow. Lord only will ask and give, but they don't have the discrimination what is good for this person, what is not good. Okay, like that. But the Supreme Lord is not like that. Supreme Lord will give anything. He will give only if it is beneficial for that person. Okay, and he will not give if it is not beneficial for that person. Okay, so in that way. So that is one thing. The Supreme Lord discriminates, but the demigods do not. That is one point. Okay. And another point here to understand is the adhikar of the person. So if that person is practicing bhakti, here bhakti adhikar is practicing Shuddha bhakti. Okay, and he asks the Lord for some material object. So what does Lord say in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Also this shloka comes. Ami vigya sei murkha vishay ke nadiba swacharnamrita diya vishay bhulaiba. Ami vigya, I know the things as it is, as they are. Ami vigya, I am knowing. Sei murkha, this person is murkha, he is foolish. So what he says that vishay ke nadiba, why should I give him material objects? He is practitioner of Shuddha Bhakti. He has put all that into the category of anartha. But somehow, under the sway of his conditioning, either lust, anger, greed, or whatever, he is asking me something now. The Lord is saying, I will not give him because he has the goal of prema in his mind. Okay. So bhakti, one who is practicing, he has the goal of prema. And that is pratikul for him, this metal object. So in that sense, something undue, Lord will not give because he wants prema. But because of his conditioning, he is asking something undue. So Lord will not give. Okay, this is the first category of person who is having bhakti adhikar. There is another category of person who is pradhanibhut bhakta, let's say. Pradhanibhut bhakta. He comes to the Lord. He also comes to the Lord. What does Lord say to him? He doesn't say the same thing that Ami Vigya Sai Murkha. No. His desire is he's worshipping the Lord for fulfillment of those desires. Correct. And we saw earlier, what is the result? Immediate result? Lord fulfills the material desire. In this case, One who is Pradhanibhut Bhakta, Lord will fulfill his desire. For a Kevala Bhakta, Lord will not fulfill. So for this person, this is something undue. So Lord himself does not fulfill. Okay, but the demigod may fulfill because there is no discrimination on his part. But for a Pradhanibhut Bhakta, he has gone to the Lord for this purpose only. And Lord fulfills the material desire. And then in due course of time, he will gradually purify. And then he will go to Vaikuntha. Okay. And there he will have Sukha Aishwarya Mukti. Okay. He will enjoy the opulences of Vaikuntha. So that is the process taken for a Pradhanibhut Bhakta who is worshipping the Lord for fulfilling that desire only. So Lord will not say, no, I will not fulfill. Okay, is it clear, this point? Anybody has any question on this?
Prabhuji, would Dhruva Maharaj's example come as Pradhanibhuta Bhakta?
Yeah,
Because
initially he was Pradhanibhut Bhakta. That example is given by Baldev Vidyabhushan. He was in the category of Artharthi, wanting material opulence. Okay, Gajendra is the example for Artho, who is having suffering. Shaunakadi Rishis are example for Jigyasu. Jnani, the example is Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, so later Dhruva Maharaj, he got purification of heart, and then he was saying, oh, why did I desire such things which are like the broken glass? And his heart was purified, he then attained Vaikuntha. Yes, Kishore Madhav.
Example could be Ravana doing bhakti of Shiva.
Okay. Yeah, he attained whatever he wanted. So Shiva did not discriminate there. Shiva gave whatever he wanted. But Ravana did not go to Supreme Lord. Okay, Dipali Mataji.
Prabhu, these verses are speaking about those who approach demigods only, that those who don't have Shraddha in Vishnu. But the particular sentence is for those people that who are worshipping Vishnu, but because Supreme Lord have not fulfilled their desires, they are approaching demigods.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So these verses are for that person only who is having no faith in Vishnu, basically. Yeah. So, but the statement, if you see here, a divinity goes to the demigods, usually because he is mad to fulfill his lust, correct? This happens when something undue is desired by the living entity and the Lord himself does not fulfill. That means he went to the Lord or not?
He did, Prabhuji.
He went.
He went. So why did he go? He had the Sukriti also. He went to the Supreme Lord, but this is not exact demigod worshipper because he went to the Lord. But he is going to demigod because he will fulfill like that. So that's why I explained the second part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Last statement. A pure devotee of the Lord is therefore not awarded the material benefits. See what Prabhupada is writing. Pure devotee is not awarded material benefits because that he has already proclaimed that it is anartha for him. But this is not the same for Pradhanibhut Bhakta. Okay. For him, Lord will fulfill such things. So for Kevala Bhakta, these are anartha and Lord will not fulfill. That is what Prabhupada is saying here as a pure devotee. So these are desired by less intelligent living entities who therefore prefer to worship demigods of the material world rather than engage in devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Okay. So devotional service, they don't engage. They don't have the Sukriti only to engage into. Okay. So now I will show that, as I told, 17th chapter, from where this faith is arising. So that is said here. So 17th chapter, those of the Bhagavad Gita can open it. Chapter 17, verse number 1, we will see till 5. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Harsh Prabhu, are you there? Yes, are you able to read? Neither. Okay. Bhakti Leela Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes.
Just read the translation, yeah.
Translation 17.1. Arjuna inquired, O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principle of scripture but worship according to their own imagination. Are they in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance?
Okay, so this shloka is using some words I will just point out. So, ye shastra vidhim utsrijya. Okay, means they are not following the shastra vidhi. They don't have faith in the shastra itself. Utsrijya means given up. Okay, yeah, giving up. Yante shraddhayanvita, but they have faith. They are not following shastra, but they have some faith. So then he's saying, Tesham nishtha. In them the faith is which is there, Krishna. So is that sattva, rajas or tama? From where is it coming? That's what his question. Okay, so let's go and see the answer. What Shri Krishna is giving. Yeah. So yes, Mataji, please read the translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, according to the mode of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance. Now hear about this.
Yeah, so Lord is replying, okay. So according to the modes of nature, note this point. It's not according to Shastra. According to the modes of nature, let's see what is the Sanskrit word used. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavaja. So this is the word. I was saying earlier Swabhavajam Shraddha, right? So this is what Krishna says, Prakritya Niyata Swaya. So which is that shloka? Lord said that 20th shloka. So Prabhupada is saying according to their own natures. So kindly note down in the 20th verse that part where it is said Prakritya Niyata Swaya refers to this 17.2 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, there is Swabhavajam Shraddha. Okay, faith born because of their own Swabhava, according to the mode of material nature or their own Swabhava. Swabhava has gained impressions from the modes of nature only, right? Yes. So, and there are three types, Satviki, Rajasi, and Tamasi. Okay, let's go ahead and see what he says ahead. Yes, 17.3. Yes, Mataji.
O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various mode of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired.
Yeah, so this is what I told. Swabhavajam, from where we got the Swabhava? From the modes of the material nature. From time immemorial, the modes of material nature are acting on us, and one acts based on the modes. Okay, that's what is called Swabhava. Then he says, O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves particular kind of faith. So his faith is born by the modes of nature. Which faith he is talking about here? Shastri Shraddha or Swabhavajam Shraddha?
Swabhavajam.
Yeah, very clear. Swabhavajam. Previous verse was saying that only. Okay. Sattva anurupa sarvasya shraddha bhavati bharata shraddha mayo ayam purusho. The person is made up of faith. Yo yat shraddha sa eva sah. Okay. So let's see what he says ahead in fourth verse. Okay. Let's
Men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demon. And those in the mode of ignorance worship the ghost and spirit.
Yes, so now we are discussing about demigod worship in this chapter, 7th chapter. So they are belonging to which mode Krishna is saying?
Goodness.
Which mode is written? Goodness, passion,
Goodness.
ignorance.
Goodness.
Yes, goodness is there. Yes. So those who are in goodness, but is this goodness based on Shastra or based on his Swabhava?
Swabhavajam.
Swabhavajam Shraddha. Okay. And those who have passion based on the Swabhava, basically modes of the nature that has given him impression, and based on that he has passion, he has acquired passion. Then he worships whom? Rakshasa. And who the ignorance they have acquired based on their Swabhava, they worship the hosts and spirits. Okay. So Bhutgana, like that, they worship. Okay. One more verse, we'll see. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, this is not prepared here. Okay. So here we saw the people who are worshipping demigod are having modes based on the material nature, three gunas, but they don't have faith based on Shastra. Okay, so that's why it's called Swabhavajam Shraddha. Okay, any question on this part? Then otherwise we will do one exercise now.
I mean,
Yes.
can you please describe what is Shastrik Shraddha then? I mean,
Yeah.
worshipping or more than that, something.
Say again, worshipping?
Worshipping Vishnu only, or is there something you want to add to it?
No, worshipping Vishnu only. Okay.
That is Shastrik Shraddha, right?
That is Shastri Shraddha. That's what I told. That somebody goes to the Shastras and asks, whom should I worship? Then Shastra will say, worship Vishnu. Okay, Vishnu Reva na Shamshaya. That answer they will give. Only Vishnu can give liberation, only Vishnu can give permanent results. Okay.
One more thing, Prabhuji. In 7.22, the second last line says, I mean, it starts from this last paragraph, basically, second line. A pure devotee of the Lord is therefore not awarded the material benefit desired by less intelligent living entities, who therefore prefer to worship. So here, who refers to the demigod worshippers, right?
No, the person. Who, 1 minute. Who is referring to that person, who therefore prefer to worship demigod. They are preferring to worship demigod because of their Swabhavajam Shraddha.
Yeah, so in 7.22, I'm saying, Prabhuji, so who refers to the demigod worshippers, basically, na? Because
Correct.
God doesn't fulfill their desires.
Yeah, this is a worshipper, not the demigod. Yeah, the worshipper.
Only worshipper, Prabhuji. He can be worshipper of Vishnu as well.
Oh, no, not like that. See, statement you will take fully. A pure devotee of the Lord is therefore not awarded the material benefits desired by less intelligent living entities, who therefore prefer to worship demigods. Who? These less intelligent living entities. They are these people, worshipper of demigod, who prefer to worship demigods. Okay, like that.
Okay, so that's what I was saying, Prabhuji. So who here will be referring to demigod worshippers, huh?
That's what I am also saying.
Yes.
What is the question?
Question was this only, Prabhuji.
No,
Who
that
here
is
exactly refers to
that is
which
same thing.
category of people?
Yes, demigod worship. Okay. So we'll see this verse and then summarize this section. Okay. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam devang deva yajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Okay. So somebody can read the translation who has not read till now. Anuradha Mataji, are you okay to read? पढ़ सकते हैं? You are able to read?
Translation.
Yeah, translation.
Which is highlighted. Yeah. Men of small intelligence worship demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Worship the demigods, go to the planets of the demigod, but my ultimately reach my supreme planet. Okay.
So here small intelligence is told for the demigod worshippers. Alpa medasham. Antavattu phalam. Antavat means what is the prefix suffix applied for something having state of something, means perishable, like that Prabhupada. Antavat. Okay. Like we have the word jadavat, like as if inert, like as if. Jadavat, antavat. Okay. Tu phalam tesham. Tesham means there. Okay, their fruits will be temporary, antavat, perishable. Okay, this tesham refers to the demigod worshipper. Tad bhavati alpamedasam. Okay, then he says they are called alpamedasam. Okay, their fruits are limited and temporary. Alpamedasam is here. Yeah. Men of small intelligence, alpamedasam. And what they do, devan devayajo yanti, madbhakta yanti mamapi. So they are worshipping the devatas. So what results they will get? Devayajo, worshipper of devatas, devani yanti. Yanti means to go. They'll go to the demigods, to their planets, like Indra is there in Swarga, like that different planets they will go. And Lord is saying, Mat Bhakta, my devotee. Yanti Mam Api. He will come to me. Okay. So those who are worshipping Lord will come to the Lord. So here Lord is not saying, see, you have to worship me only in pure bhakti. If you don't worship me with pure bhakti, then you will not come to me. Did the Lord say here like that? Or any other verse you also can see. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. Correct? That verse also you see. Madhyajino opima, he says. Those who worship me will come to me. He does not say there, oh no, only pure bhakti you should do, then you will come to Vaikuntha. So it's very clear that he is encouraging even those who have material desire to worship him. You worship me, I will fulfill it, then I will purify you, you go to Vaikuntha. That is very clear in these verses. So the point here is the demigod worshippers are told us Alpamedasham, or people of small intelligence. Okay. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please read the commentary by Vishnu Chakravarti.
But then you give the devotees of the Devata temporary result, whereas you give your devotees permanent result. It is unjust for you to do the since you are, but there is okay. Since you are the Supreme Lord. No, it is not. Those who worship the
okay, one minute. This is called like Srila Prabhupada used to have interview. Some person will ask a question and then Prabhupada will answer. This is something like that. Vishnu Chakravarti writes a commentary in this way, where the question is asked, told, and then the answer is given. Okay. So this is questioner is called the opposing party. So opposing party is raising a claim. Okay, that it's so unjust that you being the Lord, you decide that I will give them temporary things and your devotee you will give permanent things. It's so unjust. Like that, he is asking a claim. So Vishwanath Chadagur writes the commentaries in this way. So he is answering. So can somebody tell what is this temporary results referring to in this verse? Which word indicates temporary results? What is temporary results referring to?
Antavantu.
Correct. Antavat. Antavat tu. Correct. Perishable. Antavat. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Madhi. Please continue.
No,
Lord is
it is
answering.
not.
Yeah.
No, it is not unjust. Those who worship the devatas attain yanti, that is the devata. Those who worship me attain me. The meaning is this. It is very logical that a person attains what he worships. Thus, if the devata are temporary, how can their devotees become permanent? And how can the results of worship be permanent? Thus, it is said here that the devotees of those devata are not intelligent, alpha medasa. The Supreme Lord, however, is eternal, and therefore his devotees are also eternal. Their bhakti and all the results of their bhakti are eternal.
Yeah, so the very, very important point. So he's saying it is not unjust. Why? Because the last two lines of the shloka of this says that those who worship Devata, they wanted to worship Devata. They only desire. That was the desire of the living entity to worship Devata, and I fulfilled it. I made their faith Achalam Shraddham, immovable faith in that Devata. So they worship me, then I will give myself to them. So it is very logical. It is not unjust, like that he is saying. So those who worship the permanent Lord, Vishnu, they receive permanent results like that. So very important here, the point is that the Supreme Lord, however, is eternal. So Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotee, Bhakta, and the process, that is Bhakti, okay, and the results of Bhakti. These all four things are told here to be eternal. These four are eternal assets. Okay, like that. Yes, Matthew, to perspective. Okay.
Some commentators, Bhagavad Gita say that one who worships a demigod can reach the Supreme Lord. But here it is clearly stated that the worshippers of demigods go to the different planetary systems where various demigods are situated. Just as a worshipper of the sun achieves the sun, or a worshipper of the demigod of the moon achieves the moon. Similarly, if anyone wants to worship a demigod like Indra, he can attain that particular god's planet. It is not that everyone, regardless of whatever demigod is worshipped, will reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, thank you, Mate. Yeah. So yeah, Prabhupada is saying that some people may say that, okay, one who worships a demigod can reach the Supreme Lord. So here it is not understood in that way. Here is saying that who worship demigod, go to demigod. Who worship me will come to me. That is clear thing. So same thing he is saying here, those who worship Indra will go to Indra in Swarga. That is his planet. So it is not that everyone, regardless of worship, will go to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is a verse in the Puranas which says that Akasham Patito Toyam Sagarena Gacchati Sarvaharanam. Sorry?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. I don't know exactly the story. Sarvaharanam Chitta Eva Gacchati, like that they say. So that shloka is there in the Puranas, but the context of that shloka we have to understand. What is before that? What is after that? In what sense it is said? So there it is explained that Purana, this shloka, is saying with respect to that the Devatas are the limbs of the Supreme Lord. So when one worships the Devata with this understanding, that the Devatas are the limbs of the Supreme Lord, like Surya is the eye, Chandra is the eye of the Lord, then whatever he worship gives to the demigods will go to Supreme Lord only. Okay. If anybody does not have this understanding that Devatas are like Tanum Bhakta, that word was used here. If that word is not understood properly by the worshippers, then their results will not, their worship will not go to the Supreme Lord. Okay, that it will be called Alpamedisham. Antavattu Phalam will come. Okay, that is the point here. So one should not stop. Yeah, just 1 minute. We'll complete this purport, then take questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Mati.
Here the point may be raised that if the demigods are different parts of the body of the Supreme Lord, then the same should be achieved by worshipping them. However, worshippers of the demigods are less intelligent because they don't know to what part of the body food must be supplied.
Yeah. Srila Prabhupada is giving one example here. Yes. Yeah, read this, Madhuri, highlighted.
Yeah, however, same point, no? Like, they do not know demigods and parts of the universal body of the Supreme Lord, and in their ignorance, they believe that each and every demigod is a separate god and a competitor of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, so this is the wrong understanding of the demigod worshipper. Okay, and here, if anybody worshipping the Supreme, the demigod, with the understanding that he is the limb of the Supreme Lord only, then that is the right understanding. So then the same end should be achieved by worshipping them. Okay. However, worshippers of the demigods are less intelligent because they don't know to what part of the body food must be supplied. So what Prabhupada is referring here is that there are so many parts, so many holes in the body, one cannot supply food to any hole. And imagine that the food will nourish him. So this is an example given by Prabhupada here. Okay, so there is a particular mouth given for the whole body where the food should be supplied, and then it will reach to the stomach. So the example is in the context of the worship of all the devatas will not lead to the same result. Okay, that is the example. Yes, Mataji.
Regardless of the situation, if one knows that both the demigod and he himself are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, his knowledge is perfect. But if he does not understand this, he achieves different planets where the demigod resides.
Yes, so this is the right understanding that the demigod worshipper, if he has, he will not get temporary results. Okay. Yes, Mataji, last line.
It is not the same destination the devotee reaches.
So here he is saying, regardless of the situation, okay, regardless whom he is worshipping, if one knows that both the demigods and he himself are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Lord, his knowledge is perfect. See the statement. So one may worship even the demigod, but if he understands that he is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, he is a limb of the Lord, then his knowledge is perfect, he is saying. Okay. But if he does not understand this, then he achieves the planets of the demigods. Okay, and not the Supreme Lord. So anybody understanding that the demigods are the limbs of the Supreme Lord will attain which planet? Somebody worships demigods considering he is the limb of Vishnu. Will go to which planet? Demigod's planet or Vishnu's planet?
Vishnu's planet.
Yeah, they will go to Vishnu's planet because they have understood that demigod is the limb of Vishnu only, and indirectly I am worshipping Vishnu. Okay, but those who don't understand this principle, they are not indirectly worshipping Vishnu. They are worshipping only demigod. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please.
The results achieved by the demigods, benedictions are perishable because within this material world, the planets, the demigods, and their worshippers are all perishable. The Supreme Lord is unlimited, His favor is unlimited, His mercy is unlimited. Therefore, the mercy of the Supreme Lord upon His pure devotees is unlimited.
The same statement we read earlier in Vishnu Charakar. He also told same thing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternal or unlimited. His favor means the results they give. That is also unlimited. His mercy is unlimited. Okay. And the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Lord upon his pure devotee is unlimited. So, two types of mercy are told here. One is his mercy and his mercy on his pure devotee. So, he may give mercy to Pradhanibhut Bhakta also. They will attain ultimately Vaikuntha. That also is not perishable. Or they may go to Swarga in between, being Karma Mishra Bhakta, and then go to Vaikuntha. That is also not perishable. But for Gunibhut Bhakta, that is perishable. So he can remain there as long he wants in Swarga also, and then go to Vaikuntha. Okay, so that's what Prabhupada segregated these two things here. Okay, any question on this verse? So more we will discuss about this limb, Lord's limbs are demigods. We'll discuss more in the next session. Any question, whatever we discussed till now? Yes, Kishore Madhapu.
Yeah, the point was what I was trying to tell when you mentioned the slogana, Akashatapatitam Toyam Yatha Gachati Sagaram, Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratigachati. So since childhood, actually, we have been trained to go by this law that if we pray to any demigod, it is as good as praying to Keshava or that. But this is contradictory to what we have been learning since childhood.
Yeah, no, shloka is correct. See, that's why memorizing shloka is there in childhood, it's good. But when we grow up, we should also try to understand the meaning of the shloka and where it is coming, in what sense it is told. Okay.
But then there it is said that Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratigachati.
Correct. That is told in the sense that the Sarvadevas are the limbs of the Supreme Lord. So when you worship them in that consciousness,
okay,
then it goes to Supreme Lord, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Arun Prabhu.
I got a little confused in the last part and wanted to clarify. Like even if someone has material desire and goes to demigod, but if he knows that Krishna is supreme, like he knows the position of demigods, that he and demigod both are part and parcel of Lord, then he will attain permanent result, which is like Vaikuntha. Is it so? Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
Yeah, same. Because he is having faith in Vishnu also. His faith in demigod is based on what? Demigods are limbs of Vishnu, that's why I worship him. Not that demigod is higher. So actually he is worshipping Vishnu only, but he is like going through the authorized person whom Vishnu has appointed to give some result. Like that. Okay, like that we have to understand.
So Prabhuji, my question is.
But yeah, just 1 minute before you question. But Arun Prabhu, yeah, that is not recommended for devotees as a process to worship the demigod as limb of Vishnu. Okay, for Prabhupada is not recommending it. It is in the section of demigod worshipper. Okay, so it is not in the section where devotees are recommended to worship demigods. Okay, so please don't quote in that sense. Somebody is already attracted to demigod, we can give him this knowledge that you can worship the demigod and then it will worship to Vishnu. But somebody worshipping Vishnu, we should not tell him that you worship demigod also, you will get the same result like that. That is surely not Kevala Bhakti, it's part of like Pradhani Bhut Bhakti. But we have to see the candidate, whether he has more faith in Vishnu or faith in demigod, like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Pranamataji.
Prabhuji, from since long time I have this question. From where does this desire come from? Does this desire, as we say that everything comes from Krishna, does our desire also come from Krishna according to our situation in under which mode we are, or as per our karma that to purify us, to karma reaction, to purify that, to nullify our karma, that Krishna instigates that desire inside us. Since long I have this question. From where does this desire? Because we are every time we want to enjoy separately from Krishna, therefore we are in this material world. But if we are in the spiritual world, why will material desire will come inside us? From where does
Yeah, so whatever desires we get to enjoy, it comes because karma is said to be having no beginning. Okay, as you read in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada said karma has no beginning. So Prabhupada is saying since time immemorial, we are accumulating these impressions of the three modes. So because we have been accumulating it from so many lifetimes, now the desire which we are getting are many times influenced by three modes. But when we come in association with devotees, read the scriptures, then we have another set of desires, which is called Abhilasha, which we want to fulfill now as devotees. But there is first set of desire which are already there, which we are considering now as anartha, and we want to remove them. So that is based on the past life impressions when we are not devotees, like that. But when we come in touch with devotee, we have devotional impressions like that. And then both are like many times fighting with each other. One is more, one is less sometimes. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very Krishna. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, there is, do you remember I asked a question last week also?
Yeah, I remember about that. We will discuss in the next session. Today we didn't get time. About astrology you asked, right?
Astrology and more was like, as you mentioned, Prabhupada also suggested that we should not make this as a process of worshipping demigods, considering them or knowing them as a limbs of Lord Himself. But if I ask some, because I have spoken to one or two Srila Prabhupada disciples also, so they definitely do not talk about worshipping any demigod.
They are not recommended for devotees, as I told, because devotees already have very good faith in Vishnu. But I am saying that is mentioned in the demigod section, where people have faith in demigod. If they are told this, that demigods are actually limbs of Vishnu, it will benefit them. It's not for devotees.
Prabhuji, I actually wanted to just understand if devotees are suggesting, sometimes they do. So what should we do?
That we'll discuss in next session. I told you that we'll discuss in the next session. We'll take that question.
And okay, Prabhuji. And the second was when we were understanding the meaning of undue in remember the shloka number? Undue desire.
Remember.
So undue desire means something that is not fulfilled by Lord, but we still go to, or the person may still go to demigod thinking that the Vishnu did not give, but demigods may give. And then I was talking about the Hiranyakashipu part. So does this happen that there are some desires, if we go to Krishna, he may not, but if you go to demigods, they may, because as I don't know which Pataji mentioned that demigods do not have the discriminating power, so they just give.
Yeah, they will give. Like, same thing we'll discuss in astrology also. If somebody has strong faith in astrology and if he goes to astrologer, He may give some solution, and if he follows as a devotee, he will get also that results. And then his faith in Krishna may reduce, and his faith in astrology may increase. Okay, we will discuss that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So yeah, demigods, if the person goes to demigod and he fulfills the desire, then his faith in Krishna may reduce. Yeah, that can happen.
That is actually just boggling my mind. How come when Krishna, because demigods also give what is actually sanctioned by Lord himself. How can demigods give when Lord himself is not sanctioning? That is
No,
what
Lord. Okay, we'll discuss that one. Yeah,
Okay.
time is also up. Yeah. Okay. Then no more questions. Okay, time is extra 10 minutes I have taken. Sorry. Okay, thank you very much for joining today for Bhagavad Gita discussion. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So tomorrow again 11:30 we'll meet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare